Yo! What is going on, Arkansas Razorback fans, SEC fans everywhere? Welcome to the... I don't know why I feel like singing today. It's Friday. It's Flamingo Friday. Where's Tyler Edmonson at? He coined this term. Where's he at? Let's go Tyler Edmonson. What's up, Rift Op? Robert Ainsworth. Kojak. Sounds like a 70s crime or 80s crime show detective or something. Kojak, tonight on NBC. Mountain Visions, Woo Pig, Black Mamba. Oh, rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. Yo, hello everyone from Baker City, Oregon. Robert Ainsworth, Mr. T-Dub. He made it after all. It's good to see you, my friend. John Cunningham, hello, Robert, and everyone from Cocoa, Florida. Robert. Oregon land of wild and scenic rivers. Hey, Ty, Woo Pig. All right, thank you guys for coming in. Appreciate it. We have some information. We have some recruiting updates. I'm not going to touch up a whole lot on this Alabama game other than, I said it on the Hog Talk podcast. Well, I'll save that for here in a minute. We'll get there in just a second. Mike, I hope all is well. Will Mendenhall, what's going on? William Thomas, what good, Ty? What's going on, Will? Hope all is well. Mathew Hestand, hey, what's up, Matthew? Randall Hunt, I see some Patreon supporters all up in chat. I did get a message. I got a message from someone on Discord. They were not happy I left their name out on the little description box down there. That's my bad. It's my bad. If I leave your name off, or if there's a change and maybe you can't subscribe that month, let me know, and I can remove you or I can add you. Just reach out to me like that individual did. So I do appreciate that. I appreciate you guys keeping me on my toes. I think he's saying hi to me. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're probably right. My bad. What's good? I meant what's good. I hear you, Will. So there are some interesting tidbits. We're not going to go an hour tonight. I won't be able to do that, and it's one of the reasons we're going live early. I want to try and end this around 6 p.m. if I can, if not sooner. Just FYI, I can't see comments for some reason. Uh-oh. I feel like you have good news, says John. We might. If you're not on social media, if you don't belong to a board, a Razorback board, then you probably already know what I'm about to tell you. It's nothing groundbreaking. We already mentioned it on the Hog Talk Facebook, so that's really it. Robert and I are on the opposite sides of the United States. You are indeed. You misspelled mine. Thought you were better than that. Did I? What'd I do? I left out a T, didn't I? I'm sorry. My bad. First, welcome. Thank you guys again for stopping by. I do appreciate it. Remember to like the video if you haven't already. Like, share the content. Guys, that goes a long ways. Click that little arrow there, the little share arrow on YouTube, and just paste it wherever you can. Social media, to some friends in a text message, in a group message, like, hey, this guy, Ty, I like him. You should too, if you don't already. Do that for me. I'd really appreciate that. And if you haven't already, feel free to tap the subscribe button. Hey, we're coming up on 3,000 total subscribers. That's pretty cool here. I've been working, so you're breaking news. Okay. All right. Well, good. Laugh out loud. All good, man. I'm pulling your leg. No, I know. I know. If you can't I'm being fun. I picked up on that. You're just being funny. I got you. Hope you guys have had a great week. Arkansas lost I don't know if I want to call it a heartbreaker or not to South Carolina. Just a game they should have won. I feel like Musselman is getting the absolute most out of his guys. And because of that, because of Musselman being kind of the X factor, Jimmy Witt doing something we really didn't see coming, Bailey, my gosh, that guy is he has just turned things around from just what he's done over the offseason. There's a lot of good happening with this basketball program. I felt like they're the more talented team. South Carolina, as usual, just able to use a big to cause some problems down low and take advantage, and Frank Martin played really physical. Really, really physical brand of basketball. The worst officiated game, I'm going to stand by that. It is the worst officiated game. It passed LSU by a mile. I never would have expected to see that at home. On the road, you understand, because it's home cooking, right? And Arkansas got some home cooking. But my God, the amount of times, the amount of free throw attempts were just ridiculous. And it's too many. It's too many. You can't let officiating shouldn't have that large of an impact on a basketball game, and that's exactly what happened. We didn't find out a damn thing about either of those teams. We really didn't. Well, and okay, we did. I made the same mistake on the HTP pod this morning or last night. We found out that South Carolina is not afraid to utilize their depth. They rotated the entire the state of South Carolina. Like, everybody played. They're so much deeper than Arkansas. They could afford. I mean, they had 2 guys going to foul trouble or foul out. I mean, they were all in foul trouble. Everybody was in foul trouble. And they were calling this thing, officiating-wise, it was on both ends. There were some ridiculous foul calls on both ends. I'm not saying Arkansas. For those of you already, I can hear the typing right now. Oh, Tiger blaming officiating. No. Arkansas lost because, once again, they were terrible outside the three-point line, out in the perimeter. They couldn't hit their shots. They went on this 5-minute long time before they even scored their first points in the first half. That's why they lost. But officiating completely shit all over this game. We didn't find out anything. There was no rhythm. There was no flow. And South Carolina loved it. They dominated the tempo, and they had help from the officiating. Arkansas prefers to go a little bit more high tempo. Maybe because of Mike Anderson. You know, Mike Anderson ingrained that into their heads, and that's something I think Musselman picked up on, and he realizes, you know what, when we pick up pace, we're pretty hard to beat. We're pretty tough. And Frank Martin used that to his advantage with the amount of how foul happy these guys were on both ends. He knew that would play into their hands, and it did. Arkansas couldn't afford to get in foul trouble. They couldn't afford Bailey to get in foul trouble. They couldn't afford any of the starters, anyone off the bench to get into foul trouble. And we can call it, if you want to say it was an evenly called game as far as officiating, that's not the issue. The issue is there were too many foul calls that disrupted the flow of this game, and it was a huge disadvantage to Arkansas. And Frank Martin obviously did some film, did a little studying, and realized, you know what? Yeah, we're terrible at the free throw line, but I'm okay. We have the depth. We can go toe-to-toe with these guys, especially when you get some calls in their favor. Who was that, Bailey? It was on the ground, on his back, and a guy's coming down off the rim. Trips over Bailey. Was it Bailey or Chaney? I can't remember. And they call the foul on him, on Bailey. Or, you know, and that happened, what was that? I think a little late in the second half, like 6 or 7 minutes to go, if I remember right. Somewhere in there. You know, pushing guys out of bounds and not getting called for the foul. Like, there were some key moments when they would foul Arkansas and wouldn't get called for it, and then, in fact, would have the arrow go in their favor, have possession going in their favor. It was just complete bullshit. We all know it. It was ridiculous. That officiating was damn terrible. Again, for those of you just coming in and are like, wait, here we go again with this. Yeah, I'm going to call it like I see it because that was terrible. Talk to anybody who watched that game in the media, right? Like people who do this for a living, who've watched a hell of a lot more basketball than I have, than Jacob, than Porter, than probably any of us combined. And they'll tell you that was an awful, awful game as far as from an officiating standpoint. I'm not saying that they should have not called anything. I get it, especially with the way Frank Martin plays ball. I understand that. But you can't let officiating affect a game like that. It was terrible. There's no mistake or no excuse for that. Let's see, how close are you to 3K? So I think I'm, 100 subs away from 3,000? What's weird is when I started the first year and a half, I had under 500 subscribers. And then after that point, I was gaining a lot of subscribers every month, and then it just bottomed out. It's weird because when I started doing these live shows, they picked up. All of a sudden, the subscriber count really kicked up, did really well. And it's benefited Hog Talk. It's benefited just about everything that I've been able to do. It's benefited everything around it, and I love that. You know, but I wish we'd keep that going. It's hard to do, especially when you're commentary. I don't do highlights. That's a huge disadvantage for me to not do highlights. Highlight channels, there should be more of that. And I love War Machine. God bless him. I love him. Does an awesome job. There is another one, Hoggy Bones, I think's his name. Like, he'll put something out, and that video, it'll get several thousand views like that. I don't do highlight footage. I don't do it. Number one, you can run into copyright issues if you're not careful. And then you also, people kind of expect that same kind of content. War Machine will only make content, by the way, if Arkansas wins. So then you have to kind of wait on the content if you follow that format. And I don't blame him for doing that, because if you put out a video, a highlight film after a loss, nobody cares. Nobody's going to watch it, So I'm at a huge disadvantage doing Arkansas-only content here, commentary. But I enjoy it. I love doing these live streams. I love being able to do this. You forgot your normal intro. No, I didn't. I did it. I did the yo. Didn't I? Yeah. I called it in the chat before the game that Arkansas would lose that game. I'm not feeling good the rest of the way. I think I know who you are. Are you in our Discord, Fishman? Yeah, I mean, it's come on. Don't be that guy, Fishman. Don't be Captain. Well, you weren't Captain Hindsight. If the refs are blowing like that, you gotta keep driving the rack. You do, and you saw them do that. Mason Jones adapted there in the bottom of the second half. It was trash both ways. It was trash. I was watching Eric Musselman preview Alabama, and he was talking about something one of his assistants did. Yeah, that was unacceptable and had to be addressed. What did he do? He mouthed off to an official, and they got teed up. Agree. We couldn't get going. Mark Douglas, I'm not going to get too far down on a few losses. There you go, Mark. When all assumed before the season started, including me, was going to be without any hope of postseason chance, but surprise. Yeah, I was one of them. I'm not gonna back down from that. I was wrong, and I said preseason. Now again, I do this every year. I have a preseason before there's any basketball played. Then I have a pre-conference pick. Because especially in the SEC, you don't know what you get when they go non-conference, but you have an idea of what they are, what their identities are. But going into regular season, yeah, I said they'd be lucky to get to 16, and they've got 15 wins. I'm wrong, and I'll own up to that. So, and I agree. Even if you get to the NITs, guys, that's a huge win. That's a huge win. They're not supposed to be tournament bound. They're not supposed to be postseason bound. NCAA tournament would be huge. Now, obviously, pre-conference pick, I had Arkansas at 22 wins. Am I starting to teeter off that a little bit? What they do these next 3 games are huge. I don't like them to beat Alabama on the road. Then they got to turn around and play Auburn. We'll have to cross that bridge when we get to it. These next 2 games, it is likely you could, not saying it'll happen, don't burn me at the stake, you could be riding into a 3-game win streak. And then you're going to really see people fall off the bus. And even then, I'm not going to panic, because this is the meat and potatoes of your schedule. And we even talked about this pre-conference, right? South Carolina made 6 straight free throws when game was on the line. Arkansas missed theirs. They did. You got to make your shots. Fish, I'm with you on that. 110%, buddy. I am. I promise. But the officiating, it's always about how big of a hurdle does officiating create, and they create a huge hurdle for both these teams to overcome. And it played in South Carolina's favor because of the depth, and Frank Martin knew that, and it was smart by him. Hey, Bubba, what's up? What's going on, Tommy? How you doing, man? There's an OG right there. No, I'm not in Discord. Okay, we had someone in Discord say the same thing. No, that was Kelly Marie's husband, I think, actually. I think that's who that was. I'm surprised she's not in here yet. She's probably busy. This is not my normal time to go live. Like I said, I try to go live at like 6, but I've got stuff going on. Everybody calm down. We're playing up this year. Nobody panic. Come on. Keep with it. It's okay. We might ride a 3-game losing streak, but guess what? You still have a path to the tournament. And don't forget, even if you come up shy in the regular season, when you go into the SEC tournament, you're going to have an opportunity. It's going to depend on your matchups. But hell, Arkansas's faced bigs before, right? Teams that are loaded down with some bigs. Teams that can rotate a couple of guys out inside that are 6'10" or taller. They've fought these teams and won, mostly non-conference. But it's all about your matchup, even in the NCAA or in the SEC tournament. Anything can happen. They're still in the right direction. Again, these next 2-3 games are huge. I'm not saying that even if you lose them that you're out of it. It just becomes a way, way more difficult climb. See, a non-assistant staff member got attacked. Yeah, it was a non-assistant staff. That's right. It was. You're right. Stu Hogg does videos for baseball. Yeah, Stu Hogg does. He does a good job. Stu Hogg's a good dude. I mean, from what I can tell, if Henry or Kern get hurt during spring ball or winter conditioning at tight end, we don't get Horace. Yeah, there's a lot of rumors around Horace that he may not be coming to Arkansas. And then they're in on another tight end who's supposed to visit this weekend, and he is not. He's going to end up visiting Arizona State. I had that typed up. I was pissed. Let's see. I was pissed to the after game show. Sorry, Ty, I felt bad. Oh, don't feel bad for not watching. Guys, I appreciate you guys making it at all. I really do. Don't ever apologize for not being here. I just get really down when we lose. I understand that. And being a Razorback, we've had to really get used to it, right? Like, football has just left such a huge It's like a scar to Hog fans. Hog fans take it way more personal. And I don't mean this to sound bad. I don't mean this in a bad way. I'm honestly proud of it, but it's all we have here, right? Like, we don't have pro teams. We have some minor league baseball teams. We had a arena football team in Fayetteville for like a season. I don't know if you guys remember that or not. But Arkansas fans have really had to adjust to this. And even basketball, it wasn't bad. You were vanilla. Your postseason play was not good. You either didn't make it, or when you did, you were one and done, or maybe you got to 2 games in the NCAA tournament. Mike Anderson had some good years. He fought hard in some years, and some years you just kind of felt like, what the hell is going on? It's difficult to be a Hog fan. It is, and it's been that way. I think we can all agree, at least since the Petrino era. And it sucks. Losing sucks. I think we take it a lot more personal than a lot of other programs around the country. I do, because we bleed Arkansas. We eat it, breathe it, sleep it. How many of you I talk to in DMs, a couple of you in Marco Polo, Discord, here, obviously, Facebook. Facebook's a dumpster fire. I'll say that every time. But, again, DMs, it's just a lot more personal to us. And it sometimes we let that get in the way of our judgment. I try not to. I think like 10 years ago, oh my God, it would have been horrible. Like, I couldn't do the show. I would be so overly biased, and I try to back off that a little bit. Hey, Ty, what is the national recruiting ranking of next year's basketball team? Really good. I don't have all that info right now, Tim, but I know there's a good crop coming up. You're right, Ty. Why can't we be happy with an overachieving team who expected 15 wins at this point? Yeah. What's up, Asa? Long time no see. How you doing? Hello, Ty. Love the show. Thank you, Michael. Michael Wilmoth. I see you often in my comment section. I appreciate you watching, man. You watch like everything I do. A lot of people do in chat, but I see you coming through with the comments. I try to respond to as many of them as I can, I promise. How do you like watching Arkansas women's basketball whenever you want with your media pass, especially this part of the schedule? How do you like watching Arkansas women's basketball? Oh, I see what you're saying. Sorry. I wasn't sure how to process that. My bad, Tony. They're good. Look, I know that we don't talk a lot of women's sports here. Porter has really taken that over. I do go to games. It's awesome to get to go to these home games. They feed us too, which is really nice. It's really cool because you get that kind of access, guys. That environment, though, I think I told you, my dad took my oldest daughter to a game earlier this year. Who was that? Was it Georgia they played? I can't remember who they played against. My kid was into it. And she's not into sports. She's just not. I think my younger one will be. Now, they like playing, like soccer. They love it. But as far as watching, they're just not old enough yet. But she was in love with, like, the environment, the fireworks, the big screen. Like, it's awesome for kids. And not only that, the women are damn good. Mike Neighbors is as blunt and honest. I think he is so ideal for that job, man. You know, we know about his history in this area and in the state of Arkansas. He's got some wild stories, too. I heard some stuff that he told the guys on Ruskin and Zach, some crazy stories. He's perfect for the job in Fayetteville at Arkansas, and they're good. They're damn good. Last year they got passed up for the NCAA tournament, despite a team they beat in a head-to-head match, Tennessee. Tennessee got in. People keep trying to tell me that like conference affiliation and favoritism isn't a thing. Oh, it's a thing. Stop acting like it's not. Women's and men's in college sports. And the Tennessee got in over Arkansas. But this year, it's not going to be that way. That's a tournament team. And not just a one and done. They don't look like a one and done to me. Look at what they've done these last couple of games. It's ridiculous. Women are good. Okay, I know you want recruiting. I'm trying to get there, Tim. Just hang on, I promise. Let's see, made it. Woo Pig. What's the chance Muss has a winning record in the SEC? Winning SEC record year one? It's a tough one. I don't know, Jay. I'm not. We'll get to that eventually. I don't know just yet. I'm at the point now where it's like I'm game by game, but I still feel like they're going to do all right in the SEC. They'll be all right. Hogs will be fine. They haven't been blown out by anybody. They haven't. Occasional gamer knocking it out of the park, but they're going to lose a few ones this season because of their lack of size and depth. Yeah. And Musselman plays that off a little bit. Musselman plays off the whole depth thing like, oh, we condition out of it, right? We're going to condition ourselves out of it. Look, the guy is an X's and O's genius, knows a hell of a lot more than like everyone in this chat, including myself, and then people coming back and watching combined. And we're still not on his level as far as basketball IQ. But I just don't know. I don't know if that's coach speak, which is not something he does, or if he truly feels like they can condition themselves out of the lack of depth. I have a really hard time seeing that. All right, Timothy, I'm gonna make you happy. We're gonna switch over to recruiting news. Look, if I only talked recruiting, this would be a really short live stream, though, right? Oh, yeah, by the way, last thing I'll say. Lenardi still has Arkansas as an 8 seed on his updated bracketology. For those of you panicking, Lenardi still likes Arkansas. All right, Savion Williams, right? Big-time receiver. Big-time receiver. I don't know what happened. So, who was his 3? Was it SMU, TCU, and Arkansas, I think, was his 3. Then Texas comes along and they offer him. Okay, this is a big body. TQ Jackson, who, by the way, I think is going to stay with the team. I don't know if you guys caught that update on the last live stream. But Texas comes along and they offer, and all I was told, everyone that, really a lot of people in the media were, well, they all believed the same thing, that this was his, like that's the school that he wanted to offer him first. They come in late. I don't know if what they wanted him to visit. Now, that doesn't always necessarily mean everything in the world. You know, that could mean, hey, we want you to visit, but we're still only considering you and not taking your commitment just yet. That has happened before. I don't know about this late in the game or not, but so Savion, and I was telling you guys, I don't know, this has kind of changed things a little bit. Supposedly, I guess he's declined the visit. My belief is they didn't have a for sure committable offer on the table for him just yet. Because, again, everything we had been told, that I'd been told, was that was the offer that he wanted. So either Texas came in late and said, hey, come on a visit, but maybe they still kind of had him believing that, you know what, you're going to be option B, but we're going to have that offer out there in case so-and-so. And, of course, they don't tell the players quite like that. They don't put it like that. But there's something weird with that. Either the rumors about him wanting to go to Texas were false, which is also likely, or they don't have a committable offer. It's something like that. So, anyways, Texas is out of the picture. It's down to TCU and Arkansas, it sounds like. And a lot of people believe he's leaning towards TCU. Is it TCU? Am I getting that mixed up? It's TCU, right? I think it was TCU. My brain is almost fried. A lot has happened today. Been dealing with a lot today. Nothing personal, just a lot of stuff going on around the house, and I'm just like doing a complete 360 in my brain at the moment. Yeah, TCU and Arkansas. That's right. A lot of people believe he's leaning heavily towards TCU. Justin Stepp, receiver coach, went on an official visit, I believe, today. I haven't heard anything else, but there's nothing. I have a feeling it's gonna be one of those signing day surprises. We'll probably hear something the night before. That's usually how these things go. You'll hear 12 or 24 hours before, you'll start hearing the smoke. Now, that's 50-50. When it's that close, I mean, last year I can remember I'm getting text message after text message, all this smoke, and then it ended up not being true. And so it's going to be one of those. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. He's a must-get, in my opinion. I know people feel like we're stacked at receiver. They are, and I agree with that. But he's a special kind of talent. I really like this kid. So I don't know. He went on his official visit last weekend with TCU, and the weekend before that. So I don't know. I guess that's all I can say. Up until the Texas offer, I said he's a hog. It just felt that way. Even players were kind of trolling him on Twitter. I think it was Mike Woods who tweeted him, like, stop playing. It was either Mike Woods or Trey Knox. Somebody told him, just stop playing and come on home, whatever. There was some troll job. There's a little bit of troll work going on there amongst the players. So I don't know. At this point, I have no idea. I don't know if Jonathan's in chat or not, but he and I have been talking a lot about this. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on him. To me, it's a big get if you can. Okay, the guy that everyone wants to talk about, Malik Hornsby. So here's what we have. 4-star dual threat quarterback Malik Hornsby has been rumored to cancel his official visit this weekend with Baylor. I think we mentioned this. Did we mention this on the Hog Talk? God, I can't remember. But he's supposedly canceled his official visit to Baylor. We know that it's been between Baylor and Arkansas, and there were rumors of some other schools that had come on late. But Danny West, who's with Hog Sports, 24/7 Sports, along with Trey Biddy, crystal balled him to Arkansas. I think that was on Wednesday night. And then today, I had a screenshot sent to me of these other analysts, including Steve Wiltfong, who's the leading expert for 24/7 Sports, also crystal balled Malik Hornsby to Arkansas. That's huge. I mean, that's huge, guys. This is making up for missing out on Jacoby Criswell. This is a guy that's rated, or was. I don't know if they've changed. I know they've changed the ratings up a little bit, but he was rated higher than Criswell. This is huge. This is huge. And it absolutely has to do with not just Pittman, but obviously Briles. This is huge for Arkansas. I don't know how else to put it. I think he's going to be a hog. I'm 90% certain he'll be a hog. Now, we know how this works, though. Leading up to. Now, the rules have changed. Last year, it was 2 days before they started dead period. This year, it's 2 days after this, leading up to the signing day. So they've made some changes there. Again, I'm not crystal clear on those changes. But point is, there's still someone that can move in late. As of today, throw my crystal balls. That sounds terrible. That sounds so bad. I need a my water, enhanced flavored water. My prediction, this is my crystal ball, just go along with it, is that he's going to be a hog. As of today. I mean, that's stating the obvious, right? With all these guys crystal balling him to Arkansas. It's huge. This is huge. You've also got the St. Louis tackle, Jalen St. John, who's also, I think he's going to be a hog. Hang on. That's the sci-fi sound, I think he's going to be a hog. So there's two big-time pickups. Now, obviously, we know the 3-star out of Conway committed to Florida State, Scott. I never felt that great about him. Never felt good. And honestly, I'm surprised he didn't stay committed to Ole Miss. Lane Kiffin, they had a big recruiting weekend this last weekend. Lane Kiffin has this, a lot of people believe he's an elite recruiter. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he'll do just fine. But I'm kind of surprised he didn't sign. Sorry, I'm getting phone calls. Probably getting told to stop talking because you're You swear too much. I've heard that one. You swear too much, damn it. So yeah, it's huge. That's huge. I mean, to get the tackle out of St. Louis, to get Malik, assuming they sign, along with Slusher, along with Turner, if you can convince Savion, oh my gosh, that's as good as it's going to get right now for Arkansas. All right, what else do we have? Yeah, former tight end commit Brandon Frazier, who's committed to Arkansas, committed to Auburn. This is not really a surprise to anybody. We've been saying that here now for like the last 3 weeks. 6'7", was given his 4th star. Imagine that, days before committing to Gus Malzahn and the Auburn Tigers. Arkansas tight end target Jake Ray, no longer expected to visit Arkansas this weekend. Arizona State, he's going to go there. We've said we don't know how much the tight end or what role a tight end is going to play in this offense. But, maybe that's what's going on here. I don't know. And you've got the rumors around Horace supposedly maybe not favoring Arkansas anymore, so we'll see. All right, let me read your chat really quick, then we'll call it. Is it SMU in Arkansas? I thought it was TCU. So who's starting next year, Franks, Jefferson, or Hornsby? Golly, Tony. It's going to be Franks. Let's not kid ourselves. I think that Franks will be a Hog. I don't know. I didn't catch that. That one went over my head. Haha, you read my mind. Just saying, Houston would have been great recruiting coordinator. Yeah, bring him on as a recruiting coordinator. I'm all for that. Don't forget Levi Draper. That'd be a pretty big get. Is that the OU kid? Is that the kid from OU that's trying to transfer out? Is that who that is? Yeah, that is. Okay, I got it pulled up here. Yeah, Levi Draper, who's a linebacker at Oklahoma, supposedly only really played special teams for them, but is on an official visit this weekend. And that was reported by Richard Davenport. So I'm telling you guys, if you're going to follow anybody on Twitter, make it Richard Davenport. That guy, and he gives out some pretty good information. And he's on Josh Bernacini's show, I think, just about every morning. So definitely SMU. Are you talking about Savion? Hold up. No. That can't be right. It's TCU. I know I have a screenshot here somewhere. Maybe I'm losing my mind. No, it's TCU. See it right here. Savion is TCU in Arkansas. He's leaning towards TCU, the rumor is. I have it even typed up in my notes. You're just trying to throw me off. That's what you're doing, and it's working. What about the old lineman Henderson from Memphis? I don't know anything about that right now. I know that there's still some there's other players that are going to come along and fill the class out. Mountain Visions, I'm telling you, go look it up. It's TCU. Unless I'm looking at bad information, which is also possible. Let's see. Yeah, so if they take Hornsby, if they do end up with Savion, if they get the tackle out of St. Louis, I think there's still room, I want to say between 3 and 5. I don't know if they want to completely fill the class out again. We've talked about that before. They want to save some room for other people to come along. So I think that's really it. Let's see. Draper was 4-star in high school. Too much depth at linebacker at Oklahoma. He was, but he never really saw the field from what I understand. I don't think he ever really saw the field. I think he was a special teams guy, and I think he rotated a little bit. I'll get more information on him. I have heard that he does, like, he's already really big on the Hogs. If we get a tight end in this class, great. If not, the staff will make it work. Even if we flex out one of our big receivers to manufacture depth, we'll pull Henry out for a breather. Henry's going to be busy this year, and I wonder what they do with Henry. He lined up as a slot receiver. He lined up all over the field in high school. So he's going to be working his ass off. Yeah, I don't know why you were calling me, Pops. I'm live. Why were you calling me? And he always listen. I love you, Dad. I do, but you always call right when I'm in the middle of something. I love you though. I appreciate the phone call. Let's see. Did something happen to KJ Jefferson? Because all I've been hearing is that if we get Hornsby, he will be third option. Personally, I think he's better than third option. KJ, well, look, when you go out and you don't light the world up on fire as a freshman, people just tend to think that you're no good. I mean, that is the truth anymore these days. It really is. If you don't go out and put up have a couple of really good, strong performances, even as a true freshman, people just, I don't know, they won't put the loss on KJ as they shouldn't, but then they'll pile up criticism with him. Look, I've said before, he can run the RPO. He can run the zone read. I don't know if he's going to be able to run this offense or not. We'll see. He's got a lot of work in the mechanics department as far as his, he's got great arm talent, arm strength. I think he's got good arm strength. I think he can develop into an okay to decent passer. Now watch him transfer somewhere that runs the freaking air raid and him just ball out, But he, to me, based on film that I saw, and I'm going to close this out actually. We've got some film I want to show you guys really quick. What was I saying about KJ? KJ gets way too much criticism. I think he could ball out in the RPO, in the zone read. Absolutely. I think that's where maybe some of it comes from about Hornsby and these other guys, Felipe coming in who might actually get 2 years. I don't know if you guys are aware of that. He could get 2 years. He could apply for I believe it's the medical hardship after this season now. He has to wait till after the year to actually file for that 6th year. But we've seen that happen before at Arkansas for all sorts of different reasons. But KJ needs time, and why not have someone like Felipe come in under Felipe's, under his watching him grow in the system. Why not be a part of that, right? I hope he's patient. But there's a lot of skepticism about KJ because of his inability, his arm mechanics. But he's a freshman. Back off. Let the guy develop. It's down between Arkansas and TCU. Yeah, I've said that. He has been recruited by. He has been. SMU was in the mix. Yeah. No, TCU, Texas came in at the end. Yeah, Mountain Visions. It was Arkansas and TCU and SMU. Arkansas was out of the picture when they fired Chad. Remember, he decommitted from Chad Morris, right? TCU hopped all over him. SMU hopped all over him. They kept step, right? They kept his wide receiver coach, the guy they'd been recruiting him all along. And then he kept Arkansas on his short list. Arkansas's had to battle with SMU and TCU. It wasn't like TCU came in at the end. They came in hot and heavy after Chad Morris was fired. That's when TCU really came into the picture. Now the belief is that he's leaning towards TCU. I always figured we beat out SMU. Didn't we all? But TCU definitely gives us a little more competition being a Power 5. The one thing that Chad did right was redshirt KJ. I thought that he handled his redshirting right. I don't think he was ever really brought along. Thanks, Ty. Good stuff. Appreciate it, John, as always. So there was one other thing. Oh, yeah. The video footage. If you guys want to watch this, check this out. I'll keep the screen up. Oh, the old PTN intro. Let me know if I don't think there's any sound. This is what I got. This is his huddle. This is Malik Hornsby. Now I don't see the full screen like you guys do, but boom, pinpoint, nice shot. There's a little. There you go. Look at that. Spins right out of it. Down the sidelines. 10-5, touchdown, Arkansas. You hope that happens. In the shotgun, spread, pump fakes, breaks a tackle, spins out of it, going upfield. Look at that. I mean, that's the 40, 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10-5, touchdown, Hogs. Look at him here again. Boom. Boom. This guy, look at that. Good throw right there. Little zone read. There you go. Upfield. He's gone. 40, 35-30, 25-20. And look at that safety. Had an angle on him. Still couldn't get the play. I like this too. Look at this. This is Good stuff here by the cameraman. Good angle, good quality. Touchdown. He looks a little sluggish here. I was watching it. He looked a little sluggish on that little sidestep, but he gets out of the pocket. He makes the read. Holds on to the ball a little bit. That was something KJ did in high school a lot. He really held on to the ball, but he's got speed. He's got burst. Look at him down the sidelines, just running by folks. Touchdown. He was slowing down at the 5. I don't know what his official 40 is. Now, you might look at this and think, oh, well, he runs like a 4.4. Probably like a 4.6 or something. It's a wide open big man downfield, tight end on the grab. Here's a read. A little zone read, and he's gone. It's hard. I wouldn't compare him to I don't know. KJ's got that physicality when he runs. KJ had burst. Don't overlook what he can do with his feet. Watch right here. He's holding on to the ball way too long there, but still makes a good read, makes the throw into the end zone. Nice. Well played, sir. See, I said I wasn't going to go an hour. Look at that. We're at 40 minutes. Pump fake. He's looking. He's trying to get out of the pocket. He's trying to lead a guy downfield. Spots him, hits the ball, although that looked like he might have been out of bounds. I love the quality of these videos, by the way. Pump fakes. Lets it go. I mean, that's confidence is what that is. Man in motion, shotgun. Here's the fake. He's going to keep it. Going to go down the sidelines again. Look at him. Look at him. He's using that lead blocker at the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Arkansas. Yeah. I like what I see out of this kid. I mean, he's good pocket awareness, good pocket presence. Looks like he has a hell of an arm. Look at that throw. Here's another one. Look at that. Number 15's a hoss. Good grief. Definitely a lead blocker. Yep, there he is. There's the run again, right down the sidelines. He's got feet, man. The guy can move. That's pretty good. That was the end of it. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. Thought you guys would enjoy that. I actually let that go a little longer than I would. Hornsby runs a 107, 100 meter, so he's got true speed. Yeah. Well, true, but I don't know if he's faster than KJ necessarily. I don't know. KJ looked pretty damn quick. Go watch KJ's film. He looked pretty fast. You also have to consider the talent level. I think Hornsby plays more difficult talent. I think he did out of high school, and he looked a hell of a lot better. Kids had angles on him. Safeties and corners had angles. They still couldn't tackle him. But KJ's got some of that too. I have no idea what either one of these two guys run in 40 time, which is kind of a different. You know, it's different when you're talking about a quarterback speed versus running back, wide receiver, because it's just looked at a little differently because they're forced to have to come out of the pocket and try and make a play downfield, and by that point the defense is broken down, right? So you always look a little faster when the defense is forced to react. But he looks quick. He looks fast. So that's what I wanted to show you guys. Again, thank you for stopping by, watch it. Do appreciate it. We will probably have a post game. I'm not really sure just yet. You know, I'm always iffy, or I'm not 100% whether I can do a post game or not. I'm going to try and do a post game show. So you'll get the notification, hopefully. If you don't get the notifications, just keep up with me on social media, and I'll keep you guys up to date there. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Like the video, share the content, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you more than likely tomorrow night. If not, I'll see you on Monday. Malik has great instincts, great escapability. He does. I'm telling you. I've watched quite a bit of that footage. I think there was some more stuff on YouTube that wasn't in that highlight film that I want to watch. He's, I don't know. Great show. Hey, thanks a lot, Tony. I appreciate it. Marco, I'm not arguing with you, my man. He's fast. We get it. Matt Jones was big and looked slow too, but good Lord, he could outrun anyone. Yeah, well, he dropped to 4.3840 laser time at 6'5". Was he 6'5", 235 when he ran that 40? Did not look fast. He didn't. I've talked about that here. He looked like he was just kind of hobbling down the sidelines, or he'd break free, and you didn't think he would run a 4.38 laser, and sure enough, that's exactly what he did. He was fast. But I think KJ's quicker too. Not quicker than Matt or Hornsby, but I think KJ's got some speed. You've got some speed. You've got some players on campus that have speed. Lindsey, John Steven. Question is, can they run and operate this offense? That's the most important question. Who can run Briles' offense? Felipe's probably going to get shot number 1, and hopefully they don't have to resort to option 2, option 3, because then you might have 2018, 2019 all over again. But time will tell. I like what they're doing with Felipe. I do. I like him coming in, being the kind of leader and all that. So, all right. Oh, thank you, Mr. Bebo Hog. Appreciate that. Again, see you guys probably tomorrow night, if not Monday. Woo Pig Suey, and be safe out there.